Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. How are you all doing? It is so good to see each and every one of you. We have a very, very special guest today. And as you guys know, this is Thursday, and this is Vibe Session with YAYA. And this is the opportunity that I get to chat with one of my membership members. And so we will bring her on here in a few minutes. But let me welcome you guys in the chat. Thank you. Cruising is fun anytime. Thank you so very much for coming in early. Hey, sis Lashes, I've been on the lookout for you. I'm gonna have to give you a call. But thank you for joining as well. And Miss Patty, welcome in. Thank you so much. She says hello, Yaya, and everybody in the chat. So thank you for joining us today, Joshua Gabriel. Thank you as well for joining. And you guys are chit-chatting. Hey, my friend, sipping with sheer magic. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming in this evening. Let's see. I see our guest is in the chat as well. Welcome in, Tuber Chat. Thank you. Thank you so very much for joining. And let me get down here. Okay, and welcome in, Cruising. I know you were in earlier. I see you came back. So thank you so very much for coming back. It has been a doozy here in Florida today. First, it was all nice and sunshiny and everything. And I went out and ran some errands and went to the market and got me a bunch of vegetables. And then all of a sudden it started thundering and booming and crack-a-lacking, and it's all dreary outside. So I'm happy to have this live this evening to kind of pump me up or whatever, because I was kind of drained. But thank you guys for joining. So without any further ado, and you guys don't have to listen to me ramble on and on, let me bring our guest in. This is someone that I've known for some time, since Tim and I have been out here in these YouTube streets from the mukbang community or mukbang community. And so it is my pleasure to bring on Miss Shan Shorty Recipe. Let me add her. Welcome in. Can you hear me? There she is. How are you?
Hi, can you guys see me?
Yes, we see you. We hear you.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Everybody is doing well, it seems like, in the chat. I know when I spoke to you yesterday, you had not been feeling well for a while. So I'm glad to see that smile on your face today.
Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. I think I just needed some
You kind of bleeped out a little bit.
I feel a lot better.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. So, you all, this is Miss Shan Shorty Recipe. So, we're going to chat with her this evening and find out a few things about her and her channel. I have pinned her link um, at the top. So, if you guys don't know her and this is your first time meeting her, please go out and check out her channel. I guarantee you, you won't be disappointed. But we're going to go ahead and get into some of these questions that I have for her. Woo. You know, I don't have any, anything you don't want to answer. Just, give Yaya the old time out and say, no, I ain't answering that. But I don't
Give
have
me good
nothing.
stuff. Give me, throw it all at me,
Give
y'all.
it to you. No, but I'm so pleased and thankful and grateful that you took some time out of your day to come and to visit with me and give me an opportunity to get to know you better and those in the chat to know you as well.
Thank you. It's an
So
honor. I really
thank
am
you.
honored. I do appreciate it.
Well, thank you so very much. I enjoy your channel. So let's get into this. Get my little notes over here. So generally what I ask people is to just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, as much as that you want YouTube to know
Oh,
about you.
well, I am pretty much a baking and cooking enthusiast. I love to do both. I'm an only child, so I have no brothers and sisters. Um, I grew up kind of watching my mom cook and just making some of her recipes that I could. And yeah, I love to eat. So that was my way of pretty much figuring out what I needed to do. Like I like to eat. So you got to learn how to make some stuff for yourself, right? If you want to eat some food sometime.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so and pretty much I love animals. I'm an animal enthusiast. I love them. I love sports.
Wait, you're a sports enthusiast too?
Yeah, I like to play sports, watch sports. Just like to be around people. I'm kind of shy by nature, but I do like to be around people and just enjoy good, positive vibes and good company, and just be in the moment and trying to do what I gotta do to make every day the best.
Yeah. Enjoy life.
Exactly.
I tell people the same thing when they ask about how'd you get started with YouTube, and most people kind of know it was my son that told me about it, told me to go check out these channels and stuff. And Lips was one. He says, you
Uh,
got to go watch this guy and whatever. I'm like, okay. That was after I left Washington and moved to Florida. And I was like, okay. And then, of course, he said, and B Loves Life, and he named off a couple others. So that's how I got started with YouTube. And I was like, okay, well, I like to feed my face, so I think I could do this.
why not? Why not? So have
So
you? I was gonna ask you a question.
no, go ahead.
So you said Florida, Washington, and then Florida. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
Washington State, Seattle, Washington is my home, is our
Mm.
home. And
Mm.
then about almost 3 years ago, I told Tim, I was like, I want to move to Florida.
Oh wow!
He just
All
kind
these
of did the
options,
toss his head up at me like, yeah, okay.
but you
You know,
did it.
but we did it. And I only have one child. And so, my whole family, they never thought that I would leave my son, which he's grown,
Hmm.
but they just didn't think, because we're really close. And I was like, no, he's grown now. I want to go and get my life back again. So we moved to Florida.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in the Midwest pretty much all my life. I was born in Wisconsin and then we moved to Indiana. So I've pretty much been a Midwest girl. I've been around the country, but I've never technically lived anywhere else besides Wisconsin and Indiana. But one day I would love to get out to Seattle. I think that would
Yeah.
be awesome if
Yeah.
I could get there.
Well, I was born and raised in Kansas.
Ah, ah,
And when I graduated high school, I went to not a big college, but a little school after that. And then I had went to Seattle, Washington as my graduation present. And I just thought it was so beautiful. And I told my mom when I came, they had some friends that lived in Washington. I told my mom, I said, when I leave home, I'm moving to Seattle, Washington. And a year later, I moved to Seattle, Washington by myself. And I
wow.
was raised in a real shelter family. Girl, I didn't know nothing about the world or really, but I moved there. And then 3 years later, my dad sold the house and the whole family moved to Washington.
Oh,
So yeah, all my family's in Washington. Yeah. So
nice.
yeah. So what inspired you to become a YouTuber?
Well, pretty much it's the fact that I did, I like to cook and I like to bake. And when Big Belly Bob, my partner, started his channel, he would sometimes eat some of the foods that I made for dinner. And he's like, it'd be kind of cool if maybe you might just start filming. Why don't you just do that? Why don't you just start filming yourself and, do a couple recipes? And I'm like, you know how it is when you first want to start. You're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
Right.
I can do it. And I started off doing shorts, and that was
Uh-huh.
probably 2 years ago. So that was when shorts were kind of like they were still kind of new, but people really weren't into the shorts like they are now.
Right.
And I started doing that. And once I started doing that, I just started doing videos. And before I knew it, I was like, wow, this is kind of cool. I actually kind of don't mind filming and, filming myself cooking. And
Right.
it's neat.
I
So,
love your channel.
thank
I love
you.
your channel. I need to pay attention more because I love how your setup is. What's the dog's name? I forget.
King, I'm sorry. He's probably like,
No, no
"Where's
worries.
my mom's attention right now?"
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Welcome in, Big Belly Bob. I saw you popped in. I heard your voice over there on the side. And welcome in, CC's Texas Garden. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as well. I know you mentioned earlier, you said you watched your mom cook. Is that who you credit for all your cooking skills, or
Yes, I
did
would say
you?
my mom and then my grandma. Both of my grandmas were influential to me. Just sitting around watching them make holiday dinners and getting that
Mhm.
whole meal together and cooking all day. So yeah, pretty much my mom and the female people in my life. Hey, come here.
Right. Welcome in, Pescatarian Gardener. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Again, for those of you that just came in, excuse me, this is Miss Shan's Shorty Recipes. And I've pinned her link at the top of the chat. So you guys go over there and check out her channel. She has she's just got the best recipes. And a lot of your recipes, the reason why I enjoy it is you can make them quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's no long, drawn out thing. Or
I
maybe
try
it's,
to keep it like that.
yeah,
Simple and easy.
right. So, yeah, that's why I really enjoy watching your channel. Welcome in, Roxanne. How you doing? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you coming in. So, when you first started YouTube,
Hmm.
were you like, did you tell people like family members? Were you, I know you said Big Belly Bob was doing it, your partner, but were you embarrassed to tell people that you were doing YouTube? Because, a lot of YouTube kind of sometimes have a bad rap for just being YouTube. So did you tell outside of your home people that you were a YouTuber?
You know, I didn't. I really didn't actually. And just because I am kind of shy, and I'm not really the type that's like, like, look at me, look what I'm doing, look what I'm wearing today. I'm not really that type of person on social media. So I was kind of like, if they ask about it, I'll tell them. I wasn't really just going around like, hey, watch me YouTube.
Yeah,
Hey.
subscribe to my channel.
Yes, still to this day, I'm kind of still a little shy about that. I'm like, yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and they're like, what? You do? And I'm like, yeah, I try. And so yeah, sometimes I'm still a little shy about that. I definitely wasn't going around and announcing anything. So it was kind of hard at first because not too many people, knew what I was doing because I was just kind of keeping it on the low. But now a lot of my family do watch me, so it's kind of cool. And they're like, okay, cuz, or I see you doing your thing. So
Uh-huh.
it's always good to have their support as well too.
Absolutely. I did the same thing. I kind of didn't say anything. It wasn't so much that I felt embarrassed. It was like I sort of threw it out there, kind of like in passing to, I had 6 siblings in my family. So you throw it out to one, the grapevine is going to carry. Okay. That's how
Yes.
it worked in my family. And so I kind of tossed it out there a little bit. And then, you get phone calls. What are you doing? Oh, I'm working on my channel. But they would never say anything. I would say I'm working on my channel, but they would never ask me anything more than that. And I said, okay, well, they're thinking something. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say anything to me about it just yet. But now, 2 years in, almost 2 years in, now they calling me, and kind of saying something about the channel and what you're doing. And I saw this and I saw that. So, I just let it ride, just like you said for yourself.
Yeah, you don't really
Mhm.
draw too much attention to yourself like that necessarily, or at least I don't. So,
Absolutely. Um, do you plan by the week as a content creator? Do you plan your week for what you're going to do?
I mean, that's hard because, I have a full-time job. So it's
Ah,
kind of hard sometimes being like, I don't really feel like cooking today, nor do I feel like filming myself cooking. So sometimes I got to get that motivation to be like, okay, I'm going to set myself a schedule. I want to do at least this many videos a week, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to stick to it the best that I can.
Right.
But I do try to sometimes set up, some type of schedule, weekly schedule. But if I need a break, I'm not afraid to take a break and be like,
Absolutely.
it's taking me a while to get some videos out. But maybe that'll come in
Absolutely.
time as I get bigger. Have that motivation to be like, hey, I can put a little bit more time into this YouTube thing, and it's really going. And but for right now, it's kind of day by day. Like, do I feel like turning that camera on today?
Right. Right. Welcome in, Nefertiti. Thank you so much for joining this evening. Um, I feel the same way, and I had myself on a schedule mid last year through probably the end of the year, and then I kind of petered out, and then I wanted to kind of change some things about the channel. And when you kind of in flux and you're changing things, it kind of takes you off schedule. But then I was like, you know what? This is my channel. It is what it is, and I'm gonna get it out what I need to get out. So I'm kind of in flux right now for myself, but
Yeah.
the people that follow you, they have their notifications on and they come in to look to see whenever we do drop a video and what we got going on. So I'm
Right.
happy for that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah, I feel
happy.
the same way with that too. Like, hopefully they'll still watch me. But sometimes you really just need that a little just break, or just that little mental break, or just to get your composure back. That's needed, and they can't be mad for that.
No, no, not at all, not at all. Do you have any other family members, cousins, or anybody besides Triple B that does YouTube? Any other
Uh,
family members?
let me think. I don't think so.
No.
No, honestly, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
And how'd you come up with your channel name?
Well, one of my girlfriends, she always calls me, because my name is Shannon, so she always calls me Miss Shan.
Oh,
So for some reason, she just be like, "How you doing, Miss Shan?" So I'm like, Miss Shan. And then I was doing the shorts at first, so I wanted them to be like shorty or short style recipes. So like Miss Shan Shorty recipes. There you got it.
yeah. That's nice. That is so nice. Welcome in, Crystal Clear. She says, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for joining. So, what do you like about YouTube? And then I'll ask you, what do you dislike about it as well?
Well, I would say I like the aspect of YouTube, and YouTube before I kind of got into like actually like watching other content creators, so to speak. YouTube was a form of information for me. So I always went to YouTube if I had a question about how to do something, how to
Mm-hmm.
make something, how to fix something, how to set something up. So YouTube has always been an informative tool for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I like to get information and you know creativity, creative ideas, and just kind of stimulate my brain a little bit with YouTube. That is the one good thing that I do like, because it is an excellent resource of just, you know, getting
Information.
good information. You just gotta filter out the good and the bad information. But I
Absolutely.
do like it as an informative tool and a resource, and you can get to multiple people, or multiple people can see that. So I do like that aspect about YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. I always tell people, to me, YouTube is like just being in the outside. Now, look, the sun is all shining now. I'm telling you, I thought you guys were going to be hearing booming and lightning and thunder, and the lights were flickering and everything. And I was like, oh, don't go out on me now. Now the sun is all out shining. My poor plants got soaked out there.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
um,
good that the sun's out.
yeah, so now the sun is out. Hopefully it'll help them out, because I had to pull a couple of them back because it was standing water in the pots. And we're in
Mm.
a condo, so it was pouring rain, and if the water came up on the patio.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they weren't under overhang or nothing like that.
Well, yeah, there's an overhang, so the wind was blowing, and I got them right on the edge or whatever. But
Ah,
yeah, a couple of them had standing water, so I had to move them back. Um, there was something I was going to say, then I started talking about the sun. What is it that you don't care so much for? Is there anything YouTube that you might dislike about YouTube?
I would say not necessarily. I mean, like I said, you got to filter in the good and the bad. So YouTube is what you make it. I mean, it's called YouTube, so it's gonna be what you make of YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you want to, on your if you're a content creator and on your platform, you want to have certain information that might not be appealing to others, then that's what you want to do. And there's certain things like that you just have to try to filter out because there's good and there's bad parts of YouTube. So I try not to really get mixed up into anything like that because I feel like a lot of times that's just pretty much other like content creators. It's not necessarily like viewers that watch your videos that have a problem with you. It's sometimes like other people. So
Having
that's why
drama.
you kind of have, yeah, and the talk and the clatter. So that's why you have to kind of filter that all out and just remember it's called YouTube. So
You
focus on
absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's the point I was getting ready to say when I looked over there and saw the sun. Is I always think of it like being out in the world. You don't connect with everybody.
right.
We're nice and we're kind, and we don't cause any drama. But same thing with YouTube. If there's something that you don't like particularly on a channel, then you have every right to click off of that channel and move on. The same way with people in the world. Everybody's not your friend,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Right. So
So
you apply that. I mean, that's your common sense. You still apply that to YouTube. You don't come on YouTube and think you're in some type of fairy tale land, or you know what I mean. Where I mean, then don't get me wrong. You do have people that do like to sit behind a keyboard, and they've got you know the biggest nerves and guts, and cyber bullies or whatever. But you still just got to kind of filter out those people and just make sure you don't have any of that negativity around if you don't want to be a part of it. Some people like it, you
yeah,
know. Some
right.
people feed off of that. I don't really feed off that to get myself to feel better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Welcome in Motivation with Tam. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Um, have you had any bad experiences where I mean, I've had a couple times I had trolls,
Yeah.
and I just, X them out or whatever. But yeah. Have you had any bad experiences?
I would say not so much of myself. Usually it'll be like I might just have a random viewer comment that might say like, "Oh, you put too much butter in this," or "I don't use that much salt," or "Oh my goodness, this is gonna give me a heart attack," or what have you.
Are you serious? Really? People make comments like that?
I'll say like content creators type of drama. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I don't really get that. And even if I do, I still will just kind of, hey, come here. Babe, can you get him like a treat or something? I'm sorry. Usually I'm the one that's corralling the animals and stuff. And then when it's my turn, they just get to really run. Give me some swag, man.
He think he's getting in on all the questions for next week is what it is. Okay,
Pretty much.
I'm
Be
switching the questions up. So for you, those of you, welcome in Deborah Garrett. Thank you so very much for joining, and welcome in Antoinette at Fun. Thank you. I appreciate you joining. And I think I missed somebody. Somebody was up. Let me scroll up here and see. If I missed you, please. Oh no, it was Motivation with Tam. I did catch you. I want to make sure that we speak to everybody. Sipping with sheer magic said, LOL, they jealous. Yeah, that's how I feel,
Yeah,
about.
I feel like that sometimes too, but it's like why be jealous when you can just help support? Like I'm a true supporter. Like if I feel like I like your channel and I like what you're doing, I'm gonna truly support you.
Hmm.
That's just genuinely something that I like to do. I like to help people. I like to be nice to people. So
Right.
I'm gonna give you that support that way. I'm not really necessarily the type that'll come around just to be like, oh, let me just see if I can get something off of this person, or what do they call, like a watch for a watch, or sub for a sub type of thing. If I like your content, I'm just gonna
Yes.
like your content. Or if I like you as a person, pretty much. If I like how the energy that you're giving me, then it's definitely something that I can get into. Oh, thank you.
There's no treats in the house.
That's how I am. I kind of do it like TV, when we were kids or whatever. You had your TV shows that you like to watch. And so I do have, I'm subscribed to a lot of people I know, but I do have certain ones that I try to make a rotation because I like to keep up with what, they have going on. And I do have some that, I pretty much tap into if I know their schedule and it's daily or whatever. I'll tap into, like Miss Patty, she walks every morning or whatever. And it's early in the morning when I'm just getting started. And so I'll tap into her because it's good vibes and she's out walking and it's motivation to me. So, and sipping with sheer magic, I tap into her as well. So I mean, there's a number of people that's here in the chat. That's how I do. Just like you and Big Belly Bob, I tap into your channels. Oops, look like we lost her. I think the connection was acting kind of funny as well. So we'll see if we can get her back. But yeah, I have a number of people. Antoinette at Fun. I have to check on her to see what cruises she's been on and see how much fun her and her husband is having. So, I have a number of people that I go and that I tap into on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. But I think a lot of us has said this before. We There she is. There you be. You there? I got you.
I lost you guys.
Yep.
Can you hear?
There you are. Got you. You moving.
Okay, I'm
No
back.
worries. No worries. You know me, I be running my mouth. I still was chatting about whatever I was talking about.
Well,
Like,
I heard I had you on my cell phone too, so
oh,
I heard you, but you couldn't really. I think I froze and I went out.
yeah, and then it popped you off. I love what Sipping with Sheer Magic always says at the end of her show or whatever. She said, I'll see you guys next time. I like to come on and run my mouth. I said, well, that's me. Her and I always laugh about that and
Yeah,
sipping on something. I'm sipping on water tonight, but yeah, be running my mouth.
me too. I'm sipping on water tonight too, just water.
Yep, just water. Yep. So but that's all the questions that I really had. Oh, I know what I wanted to know. I want to know, tell us a little bit about some of these different meals. Give the chat, kind of let us know different things that you kind of what you cook and
Do I like to cook?
yeah, what you like to cook.
Well, pretty much, I do the basics. I like to do pastas and chicken dishes. I don't really eat too much seafood per se, so I don't do a whole lot of that. I'm still kind of fumbling my way through like a lot of different seafood options. But I just enjoy pretty much making, just using whatever I have in my pantry or in my refrigerator. That's the type of meals that I like to prepare. So I like to make them taste good, even if I might not have all the ingredients that I need to make it. I like to just make it how I can to still make it taste good. So whether
Right.
it's like if that's making a baked spaghetti or some mac and cheese or something smothered, chicken or pork chops or um going ahead and even making just new things like trying new different like ethnic type of foods or dabbling into that. I like to just try to just make it work whatever I have. So I really enjoy doing it all.
That's a real cook right there when you can you might have a recipe, but maybe there's something you don't have in your uh pantry or your cabinet, and you can be flexible about how you make that meal. Now that's a real cook right there. So
Yeah.
I have a question to ask, and you cannot answer it if you don't want to. It was nothing bad, but do you cook all of Triple B's meals? About how you make that meal. Now, that's a real cook right there. So I have a
I think I got lost again. Or I
do
think I'm
you,
back. There we go.
yeah. Do you
I'm
cook
back.
do you cook Big Belly Bob's mukbang meals?
Do I cook his mukbang meals?
Mm-hmm.
What do
You
you
don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
What do you think, Yaya?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question. I tried to get it straight from you. Cause he be having he has some, he be eating good over there. So I didn't know if you cooked or if he did his own. Or you want me to wait till next week and then I'll ask him?
Oh no, you can ask him as well. But I would say, yes, of course.
She does
Oh,
not
you
cook all my meals. I'm catching up from behind. Don't have a lie to you.
Anyway.
She cooks some of them.
And can Big Belly Bob cook?
Yeah.
Oh,
He actually can cook. And like I said, I probably do like it's probably like a 50-50 for his channel. Like I'll try to come up with some cool ideas and I'll be like, hey, we can do it. We can do a 2-for-1 special. I'll cook it on my channel and then you can eat it on your channel. So that's
oh
kind
yeah.
of how we started the thing. Like I'll cook it, you eat it. So he's a good cook. He can do what he needs to do when he
He
wants
can
to
hold
eat.
his own.
Yeah, when he wants to eat, he knows how to make him something and make his woman something too as well. So
Okay, all
I give
right
him
then.
props. I give him props for that. But a lot of the cooler ideas, I will say, do come from me on his channel. So if y'all see something that's like really dope and you're like, wow, that looked good, 9 times out of 10 is my idea. No tea, no shade.
Welcome in, Frugal Mama. Thank you so much for joining. And Unbiased LLC, thank you for joining. Thank you, Crystal Clear, for the super sticker. I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so very, very much. Crafty Leo, what's up? How are you? Thank you for joining as well. I don't know if you know Crafty Leo or not.
I don't think I met Crafty Leo before.
Well, yeah, that's a channel you might want to just pop over there. She does cooking, and you and her, I like watching the both of you. She does hers live. And do you do lives, Miss Shan?
I did 2 lives technically. I don't do any live cooking. I did one live cooking with another YouTube channel, and I was nervous as heck when I did it, but I still am trying to get that live belt on me, because I don't really go live at all. If only if I'm on Big Belly Bob's channel, pretty much. But on my channel, I don't really go live.
Well, you have some wonderful, wonderful meals. So I'll be looking forward to when you get ready to do that, because I think that would be absolutely amazing to watch you live and do some of your cooking that you do. So
I might have to incorporate that into my channel. I'm always looking for new ideas and things to kind of add to the channel or enhance the channel. So I'll think about that.
Okay. Oh, there was something else. See, I should have wrote it down. It was something. Oh, I hate when I forget. And I talking. Or maybe it'll come back to me.
I'm sure it will.
Wellness with Frugal Mama says she is helping with homework, but in the background. Oh yeah, got to get them boys, get that homework done. That comes first. But thank you for listening in the background or being in the background. I appreciate you. And Golden Girl, thank you. Thank you for joining us. This is a new person we've connected. And thank you so much for this. Excuse me. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you coming. And for those of you that just came on, this interview today is with Miss Shan Shorty Recipe. And I have her link pinned at the top of the chat. And she is a fabulous, wonderful person. And not only that, she cooks just marvelous. And so if you want to see some fantastic cooking and recipes, then y'all need to let the fingers do the walking and go on over there and check out her channel. Like I said, it's pinned at the top. And let her know that you saw her on YAYA's Best Life and that you came over to eat, because she will certainly feed you. Is that not true?
I'm gonna try to. Why you there for the less than 10 minutes that you're there? Because my videos are short. They're usually between. If I can get it to be 8 minutes, which is the little threshold thing or whatever, I try. But sometimes I'm like, I don't need 8 minutes to show this recipe. You know what I'm saying? I can do it in a couple. So I want to get you in and get you out.
Yep. Well, people's attention spans are short too. I know when we first started doing, we had no idea what we was doing. We was just doing whatever. And, we would be making them, I don't know, 15 minutes. And then sometime I talk too much. So then Tim was like, you need to shorten it up. It'd get to be 20 minutes. And then there's some that was 30 minutes. The only thing that's positive about that first year that we started was that it helped us to get our watch hours.
Yeah.
And I didn't even really know what that was all about. I was just doing YouTube just to be doing YouTube. The whole monetization, I didn't really understand all of that and all that. It was something, like I said, that my son said, Mom, instead of you sitting there watching TV, go check this out, And so I was like, oh, well, that seemed fun. So that's why I started doing it. But that did, by having those longer videos in the beginning, it helped us. We had our watch hours before we had our subscribers.
And see, that was my issue because I was doing shorts. And at that time, shorts weren't counting towards your hours. So I pretty much had to start from scratch when I was doing mine, because all the shorts I had, because I have a couple of shorts that got a few thousand views, over 20,000 views.
Ooh.
And I couldn't get none of those added up to my watch time hours. So that's why I had to kind of change my format and say, okay, I need to start making videos a little bit longer so that I can, or actually making longer videos so that I can get my watch hours. Because that took me some time to have to pretty much start from the beginning. Even though I have videos out, I didn't have the watch time because I was doing shorts.
What's your I forgot to look before I came on. Usually I try to look. What are your subscriber count at now?
I think I'm at like 2,170 or so.
Very good. Yeah.
So I mean, like I say, I'm not really into like the growing. Like when I first started, I was like, if I got 10 subscribers, that's cool with me, because I don't know that they're really watching, or they're really supporting me. And I really wasn't trying to do it to, become a big YouTube star or whatever.
Right.
So I was just like, I was just happy to know that some people watch me. And then as I got 100 subscribers and then 500 subscribers, then when I got 1,000, I was like, oh my gosh, like people are actually watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Like, where is this all coming from? Like I said, I'm not a big social media person. Like, I don't really have a lot of followers on Instagram. I just started that because of my YouTube channel. Facebook, I don't really do Facebook too much. So the whole, like, how many followers and subscribers I had, that really didn't appeal to me.
Right.
And it was just something that just kind of came, and I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. People are actually wanting to watch my videos. So
how can people find you on Instagram? What's that under?
Still Miss Shan Shorty Recipes.
Okay. On Instagram. Do you do TikTok?
Yeah, see, I do have a TikTok. I think it's Miss Shan Shorty recipes too. Like I say, I don't. I should probably put more effort into those since those are vehicles that are really driving and pushing people right now. But I don't really do too much TikTok. I watch it,
Yeah,
but I need to get
I
into that
know.
habit of doing that.
If I still worked, I don't think I would have as many videos as I do out there. There's just for me, I'm just saying cuz I get home I'm tired or whatever. So I
Right.
am amazed and applaud those that work full time and then they do YouTube as well, because sometimes I told Tim just the other day I was like I said I feel like I'm working. Because
Yeah.
first, the first year it was all fun. I was cooking and having a good time and eating and talking and blah, blah, blah. And now it's
Mhm.
like, okay, I come up with these ideas and then I have to manage my day. I can't go take naps or whatever because I got to make sure I get this thumbnail to send out to the, yeah, all that. I said, this is like a job now.
It
And you
is
only
a
get
job.
pennies on like
It
enough
I
to,
definitely commend you as well. Like the people that
but
are being consistent, that's good.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we can find you on Instagram, we can find you on TikTok, and it's still under Miss Shan Shorty Recipe.
Yes.
And no Facebook. Is there any other platform that you're on that you want to tell us about?
No. No, I
Those
say
three,
mainly just my YouTube pretty much, I would
just your
say.
YouTube.
Because Instagram, I don't really post too much, and then like I said, TikTok, I don't really post too much. So YouTube is probably the best way.
But Instagram, they have a lot of people on there that put little clips on there of their recipes and stuff like that. So you can take what you have already done. Don't have to create anything new. You can just go back through your archive and start posting on Instagram. And I think you would go far doing that over there on Instagram too. So just
Yeah.
a thought, yeah, because your
And
food looks
and
so delicious.
with me, yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, I just gotta get that motivation to do another aspect of that. Like you said, then that becomes like more work for me. I feel like, like, oh man, I gotta post it to here, I gotta do it on here. But I know you can easily just sometimes just like click a button, right, and be like, add it to this place or add it to this place, and the video will just simultaneously go to all those places, right? I think, can't you do it like that?
I don't know. I
I'm trying
post
to
some.
tell me sometimes, and I'm like,
Yeah, I post sometimes on Instagram, and I know it was I was doing it consistently for a while, but then I kind of got tired. I was doing the YouTube, I was doing Instagram, and then I was trying to do um TikTok as well. And I don't always
Mhm.
know the best way to do it. I know how I end up coming up doing it, and it could be taking me longer to do it than maybe someone else. That's why I hesitated when you asked that. There may be one, two, three click to do it, but I'll be going all around Ain't Mary before I get mine up there. But it gets there, but it be
You
taking me.
know, I mean, and I like to say I'm not, I'm techie savvy or technologically savvy. I know how to work my way around a computer or a tablet or what have you, but sometimes it's just those extra steps. I'm like, oh, I'd rather just do it this way. Just if I got to do it the long way, you got to do it the long way. It'll still get done.
And then sometimes I have to go and go into YouTube, and if it's something I want to know and search to find out how do you do such and such, which therefore means I'm taking time because I got to listen to the video. So I'll be trying to be hurry up and skip through it or whatever. Just get to the point and give me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the steps of how to do it. And they don't do that because they trying to get their money too. So you got to listen to all this, and I'll be like,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why sometimes I'm glad I got Bob because he's real good with that. So I'll just be like, can't you just do it? Can't you just post it for me or just do it? Just do it.
Oh, I know what I keep forgetting. What I wanted to say to you was I love on his channel. on his intro, and when he comes, he's doing his thing, and he's smooth with his. We'll talk about that next week when I interview him. But you be in the background and you throw in your little bit or whatever. I think that is the cutest thing.
And see, that's just us being natural, you know. That's why we love you and Tim, because Tim and yourself, you're just like genuinely who you are. You're not coming on there putting on no type of act. You know what I'm saying? You don't have necessarily any type of spiel. You know, just like you're just being yourself, and
You, you you
people
know
love
when you
that.
see me, you know when you see me do the eye roll, something's really going on. You know he done said something, or I'm over
Mhm.
here patting him under the table or whatever. But
Right.
see, he cool with his. He can sit because he stay in trouble. Okay,
I
so
know
Tim
you
is
do.
cool with his. He'll just sit there and keep looking at the camera. But if he think I'm talking too long and the video is going too long or whatever, and he pat me, well, I always jump like, what? What do you want? You know? So I be messing things up.
But it still works, you know. Y'all still have that communication, you know, and it still kind of comes off that you guys are just being yourselves, and we love it. That's why Rob and I enjoy watching you guys.
Yeah. So I'm so thankful to the both of you, and I'll tell him that next week. But I am thankful, um, when all this stuff comes up, and then you have the join button and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what it all means, but I just did it. And the people that joined became members of Yaya's Best Life. Uh, we live in a condo, but I'm sure quite a few people heard when I saw Big Belly Bob had joined. I was like, Tim. And there's another room over on the other side, and he came and he was like, what? And I said, guess who joined? Big Belly Bob. And he's looking at me like, okay.
Right? That's the same response I would have probably gave you, like, okay, and
Well,
and okay, that's cool.
Big Belly Bob is known out them YouTube streets, okay? So
He's
anyway,
trying, and I mean, I'm super proud of what he does, you know, because he truly is being himself. And you know, sometimes people try to give him a bad rep, but he really is a good guy. Like, I feel like if you're trying to say that my man is not a good man, then what does that make me? You know, like, I'm trying to be with somebody that I feel like elevates me, or at least is on my level. You know what I mean?
right,
So I feel like that's kind of like a jab at me. Like, okay, so if you don't like him, then you must not like me, because I feel
right,
like we're two good, um, good-hearted people. So
right.
I hate when he kind of gets a bad rep sometimes, and we
We'll see if she pops back in. Hi, sweet Ree. Thank you for stopping in. I know I would not have imagined that at all whatsoever. Because yeah, you guys early on were some of the first people, YouTubers, that we came connected with. So I feel like I've known you guys for a really long time. So yeah, but it
we
has
appreciate
been. Antoinette at Fun said yes. Big Belly Bob is a great person. So yeah, he's well known out here in these YouTube streets. So I'm gonna let
it.
y'all know now that next week, the 20th,
Mhm.
I will be interviewing Miss Shan's partner, Big Belly Bob, as well. So she got in first. So we'll have him on the channel next week. That's right. Ladies first.
Right?
Ladies first. So we'll have him on next week, and we'll grill him. We're gonna switch up on the questions because he's been eavesdropping on the questions. So I'll have
Right?
to
So
come up with some,
you
yeah,
got a whole new set of questions, and give 'em, don't hold back. Bring the heat.
bring the heat.
Bring the heat.
Shots fired.
I want to see him sweating over there. You know what I'm saying? Nah, just kidding.
I know. Hey Fifi, welcome in, Fifi. Thank you
Hi,
guys
sweet
all in the
Reed.
chat.
Hi, sweet Reed.
Yeah, Sweet Ree's in the house. Like I said, when we started doing mukbangs. And then I've kind of ventured out to some other communities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Like,
really into the gardening community. So you'll see, as I see in the chat here, there's a lot of people from the gardening community. And some of the other motivational channels that are out there. I've ventured out to some of those channels as well. I've ventured out to some new channels that have to do with, see, I used to love to go secondhand shopping,
ooh,
antique shopping, or to the garage sales.
mm-hmm.
And there's channels out there that do that kind of stuff, And so I've been tapping into those channels and meeting new friends there. Then you got your Antoinette and them, the cruising channels.
Cruising channels. I know. I gotta get up on them cruises because it's been a long time for me, but I always enjoy those videos because, of course, the atmosphere is beautiful. Showing all the amenities and everything of the ship. So
Yep.
I definitely need to do that.
You guys been on cruise before?
I have. We haven't together.
Uh-huh.
That'll be something we need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I have too, and I enjoy it. And now that we're here in Florida, we're so close. Before you had to pay for airfare, then come all the way here to Miami to get your cruise out. And now we're here. And so they're a lot cheaper. I've looked at some. I mean, it's a lot cheaper. We don't have to pay hotel. You don't have to pay um for your airfare or anything like that. All we got to do is go up the road, and there's some ports there that we could, get a
Yeah,
ship out
that's a
of.
good thing about because you always have to go out of Florida pretty much, don't you?
Pretty much. Washington has some cruise ships too. I think California does too, but no, I think also there's other places. I think you can catch something out of New Orleans,
Ah,
maybe even Mississippi, maybe on the Mississippi River or
uh,
whatever it is. But I know New Orleans because my sister went out of New Orleans once. So
mm,
yeah, there's a number of places that you can catch that has some ports you can catch a ship out of. But yes. Oh, Lisa's in the house. Welcome in, Lisa. I have got to. Hey, sis, I'm so happy you came in. I got to get over there. Look at her, looking all good and everything. I got to get over and check out some home. I need to make some changes to my
yeah.
place or whatever. And she
Oh,
always lays it down.
I love her channel too. I've always loved Lisa and what she does over there because she always has great ideas. Like we need to see her on TV like ASAP. Like I need to see her on the HGTV or you know what I'm saying. She needs to be
Right?
over doing her thing because she be doing her thing. Lisa,
Yep.
I love it.
Welcome in, whole new perspective. I apologize. I did see you earlier in the chat, and I saw you talking to people in the chat. And I apologize. I don't think I said, "Hey, Charleston, South Carolina," for a little while. I
No,
missed that conversation, and I don't know if you're answering someone or if you're saying cruises go out of there as well. But
maybe yeah.
yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well,
No,
I'm not gonna keep Miss Shan over her time. We're almost approaching our hour. And I, again, so much, I really do honestly appreciate you taking your time to come on the channel and to, excuse me, visit with YAYA. I want to tell those again in the chat, I have pinned her link at the top of the chat. I would strongly, you hear me, y'all? Advise y'all to go over and check out Miss Shan Shorty recipe. I'm sure you will enjoy it. We all go across different genres or niches and find people that we like. And this is a person that you would be happy to support. And not only that, she will provide you very good content if you're looking for new recipes and um, in the baking or just in your meals. And like she said to us earlier, her videos are normally 10 minutes or so. So she quick, fast, in a hurry tell you how to put it together. That's right. So is there anything you would like to tell the chat?
I do appreciate all of you guys and just kind of coming just to get to know me because I know a lot of you, might see me on Big Billy Bob's channel, but I'm glad that I got a chance just to come talk to you one on one and talk to you guys so you can just get to know me, Shan or Shannon or Miss Shan Shorty Recipes. Just kind of get to know me and how I am, and just hopefully I hope you guys maybe stop by my channel and watch a video or two. And if you subscribe, I truly appreciate that. But I was
Absolutely.
honored to be here. I was so happy that you asked me to do this, and I was looking so forward to getting to know you a little better, Yaya. So I definitely appreciate this so much.
You are very, very welcome. That's one thing about lives. At first, I didn't want to do lives. I remember our first live. I know we looked crazy or whatever, but I just knew that everybody was saying, "Hey, start doing lives or whatever." And so, um, I'm not. I don't think I really would say that I'm a shy person, but I
Mhm.
can be quiet, and I do have a lot of butterflies when I'm getting ready to. Every one of these times that I do this on Thursday,
Mhm.
I my whole day is just kind of wrapped up with me having butterflies all during the day. And then
You don't ever show it. You're always
when it's
calm.
about 10 minutes to, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna fool out of yourself, you just gonna end up making a fool out of yourself. So I saw M&T Living and Cooking come in. Thank you guys so very much. I appreciate you guys coming in. I think someone else came in. Oh, April Showers, I saw you. Thank you so very much coming in. Let me say before we go, any of you that are in the chat on Thursday Vibe Session, this is Yaya's opportunity where I have reached out to those that are membership members and ask and welcome them to come on the channel so that I can get to know them better. And those that watch my channel have an opportunity to meet someone new if they don't know them, or the opportunity to get to know this content creator better. So there are some of you that are out there that I have reached out to you and I haven't heard back from you. And that's okay if you don't want to, but if you haven't checked your emails or you missed me sending you something through Instagram, then feel free to contact me, yayasbestlife@gmail.com, and let me know, and we can get you scheduled on the channel so we can visit with you as well. So thank each and every one of you for coming today and meeting Miss Shan Shorty Recipe. And next week will be Big Belly Bob, and I will be interviewing him. So make sure you guys got your notifications set and you come back for that show as well. So, as I say in each and every video, time is our most precious commodity. So make sure all of us, all of you in the chat, value your time, spend your time wisely with yourself, your family, and those that are closest to you. And until the next video, y'all, thank you, Miss Shan.
Oh,
Deuces, y'all. You too. Bye. Bye, y'all.
Is it over?